You're listening to the Night Demon Network. Go to nightdemon.net/subscriber to unlock more exclusive content.
Hello and welcome to the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast. I'm your host Nesbit, and 10 years of Curse of the Damned, Curse at 10. We're breaking down the first Night Demon studio album, and today we're talking about a Night Demon anthem, a fan highlight of the live show, also the name of Night Demon's hot sauce. This is Heavy Metal Heat.
Heavy metal heat. Heavy metal heat. Yeah, probably one of the best riffs in the catalog from the earlier days. Just a fucking banging rock song, man.
Heavy Metal Heat is definitely a signature Night Demon song. I feel like it's that almost hit song. I don't know if it's the most popular anymore, but I don't know. To me, it feels like Night Demon's Final Countdown or Here I Go Again or something like that.
Heavy Metal Heat, a Night Demon anthem for sure. This song is basically go and fucking shove it. That's the moral of the story here.
So I think I have to make a redaction because previously I had said about Full Speed Ahead being like, if you had to like play one thing to sort of explain to you normie what Night Demon is, it would be that. But actually I think it's Heavy Metal Heat, so yeah.
Fan favorite for sure. Heavy Metal Heat is one of my favorites. Even on the Run for Your Life sessions, I think that kind of became my favorite after a while. I liked Killer, but then we sped up Heavy Metal Heat and gave it a little more pep. Heavy Metal Heat, everything is there once again. You know, I think that this album really showcases a certain style that became Night Demon's identity. Heavy Metal Heat's one of them.
And of course, every heavy metal band needs a song about heavy metal with heavy metal in the title. It shows where the band was at the time, and it's got a very sing-along chorus with that break.
You know, the lyrics and everything, you know, it's funny. You know, the cheesiness of these kind of titles and, you know, it's just a good song, good party song, I guess. If there were any party Night Demon songs, I guess this and the song Night Demon kind of have that vibe with some of the lyrics, you know. It's just about I kind of get, what I get out of this is just, it's just the whole thing that heavy metal brings to you as a listener and as a fan. This is a song for the fans. It's like we're giving them, the heat, bringing the heavy metal heat, man, and that's what people feel. They want to get rid of that. They want to get ready for that. You get ready on a Saturday night, Friday night. It's time to get tickets to the show, man. We're going to fucking go. We're going to do it. We're going to get drunk. We're going to hang out. We're going to watch this hot-ass band. It's going to be hot in there. The metal's going to be melting. All that good stuff.
It's not really about heavy metal itself. It's about the feeling that heavy metal, or really anything, gives you as a creative outlet to escape the perils of everyday life. The tradition of metal and rock songs being about metal and rock. Yeah, you know what? I think that a lot of it, you really have to dig deeper into the lyrics. Now, yeah, granted, there's always these classic bands that are going to have a fucking song like, I'm not going to name any bands, but, Rock Will Never Die, Rock Will Never Surrender, Rock My Balls, Rock Out, okay, well, we'll just say rock and roll all night, party every day. I think that with some of the deeper British bands, a lot of this stuff has a more personal meaning behind it. And even and I didn't mention any bands, but I did mention a Kiss lyric. Even with the Kiss thing, that song was an anthem that they wrote that represented the feeling of the band. I think that, with the title track, with the self-titled song Night Demon, that was kind of our intention when we started with that song, the first song of the band. With Heavy Metal Heat, it's a bit deeper than that. The vibe of the song is definitely just, a classic rock meets classic metal song. But writing wise, Brent had the main riff, and then I kind of went off on it from there and wrote everything else around it. And then the lyrics just came to me immediately. Heavy Metal Heat. When we had that kind of break, it was like, we need to say something there. Heavy Metal Heat, right? So this demo, recorded like the other ones, just live in the band room with a boombox or a stereo mic, and then me coming in too stoned early in the morning and just laying down a raspy vocal track.
Friday night, grab your tickets to the show. It's been one hell of a week, your mind's on overload. Stand tall, suck it up, don't let the name get you down. Headstrong, have no fear, you're the toughest one around. When your blood is pumping high, and you're feeling like your heart's on overdrive. Set the stage, your life begins. You can hear the thunder roll. You can feel the heavy metal heat. Metal heat.
Myself, Brent, and John on this demo. Drums are very loose, very rock and roll. That kind of makes it more rock than metal, I guess you could say, right?
Another minute here, you're going to explode. Stand tall, suck it up, don't let the man get you down. Headstrong, have no fear, you're the toughest one around. When your blood is pumping high, and you're feeling like your heart's on overdrive.
I did do the solo on this demo as well. I did write the guitar solo. It's very loud. I apologize for that, but I just wanted to get the point across. The next one we have here is like an earlier jam room instrumental thing before I put the vocals on. So on this version, it's a much more washier sound for sure. The structure's there, the solo's not there yet, the lyrics aren't there yet. This is kind of just going back to, we have the parts of the song, let's get the idea down. And it really didn't change much since there, to be honest with you, you know. But, you know, the song, simple, you know, intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, wash, rinse, repeat, different riff for the solo bridge, and then do the chorus again and out. Very basic, very to the point. We knew what we wanted to say there. Let's get into the lyrics because then I can kind of explain better. I'll just read through the lyrics first. So the first verse, Friday night, get your tickets to the show. It's been one hell of a week. Your mind's on overload. Stand tall, suck it up. Don't let the man get you down. Fight back, have no fear. You're the toughest one around.
Friday night, get your tickets to the show. It's been one hell of a week. Your mind's on overload. Stand tall, suck it up. Don't let the man get you down. Fight back, have no fear. You're the toughest one around.
Pre-chorus. When your blood is pumping high and you're feeling like your heart's on overdrive, set the stage, your life begins. You can hear the thunder roar. You can feel the heavy metal heat.
When your blood is pumping high and you're feeling like your heart's on overdrive, set the stage, your life begins. You can hear the thunder roar. You can feel the heavy metal heat. Metal heat!
So the chorus basically is only just the words heavy metal heat, and there's no music in the chorus. I think of that lead up as a pre-chorus. So that's kind of interesting when we talk about the simplicity of the song. Second verse, grab your shit. This is the first and probably only time you'll hear a curse word in a Night Demon song. Maybe, we'll see. Let's start that again. Grab your shit. Now it's time to hit the road. Another minute here, you're going to explode. Stand tall, suck it up, don't let the man get you down. Fight back, have no fear, you're the toughest one around.
Grab your shit, now it's time to hit the road. Another minute here, you're going to explode. Stand tall, suck it up, don't let the man get you down. Fight back, have no fear, you're the toughest one around.
Then the pre-chorus and chorus again. Those are the only lyrics of the song. That's it. At this point in time, I was in a job that I just hated, and I was very, very depressed. I was hitting an age where I felt like I had no skills, and writing a song like this, the band at this time was like my only saving grace in life. It was my only redemption, and it felt like something that was so close to me, yet so far away. And it felt like an impossible pipe dream to make anything happen. The lyrics of the song were about me trying to escape my day-to-day reality and just think about the band and think about being on stage or just even going to a concert and being with my bandmates. That's what this is about. The heavy metal heat. You can relate it to pretty much anything in life.
You can feel the heavy metal heat.
Whatever your creative outlet is, whatever you love to do or love to be around, that is what heavy metal heat is about.
Vocal harmonies, set the stage, your life begins.
Set the stage, your life begins.
It's a prominent line in that song, you know? It's kind of like a cool, like, metaphor, maybe, is what I'm trying to say. You know, it's like setting the stage, you know, setting up the stage when we're going to play, because that's where we live and that's our life begins once we set up on stage to get ready to rock. So that's a cool little line, and it's good to have a harmony on that. So I guess it's more important to have that be more prominent in the remix, you know, because it's the only one in the song. So might as well make it heard.
When your blood is pumping high and you're feeling like your heart's on overdrive, set the stage, your life begins. You can hear the thunder roll. You can feel the heavy metal heat.
The guitar solo, pretty simple. Again, but I just thought I had this thing in my mind that I wanted to do, just to kind of ramp up to something, and then I do this kind of arpeggio thing near the end, which is basically just playing all of the notes in a chord. And I don't know how to sweep pick or do Yngwie Malmsteen stuff, so you know, there you go. I played it on the demo. Brent played it on the album. But he picked that one up really quickly. I just came in with it and he's like, man, sounds good. Let's roll with it. You know, he liked what I did. I did put some thought into it though. I'm not that kind of a player where just the improv stuff that I do is just like, oh, that's great. Let's put it to tape. No, I did put some thought into that one, as simple as it is.
Not much improv on this one. I play it pretty straight. I always like the solo on this song, so I do my best to kind of, you know, treat it with respect and play it as it was written. There's not much different I would have done about with it, possibly. I don't know. Yeah, so kind of keep this one's pretty straight. Intro riff is based around the key of A, which is a very rock and roll key. I don't know, there's something about that key that just lends itself to creating riffs that just sound good and they just feel good and they give you a certain kind of feel. I don't know what it is, you know, but it's actually in the key of A flat because we tune our guitars down. But anyway, there's something to be said about frequencies. So, you know, all sound is a frequency, you know, that's floating through the air. You know, when you hit a certain note on a guitar or whatever, it emits a vibration, you know. So standard A, the key of A, vibrates 440 times or something like that. 440 hertz is what the frequency of that key is. So there's something about that key that just seems to resonate with people and lend itself to creating some of the best riffs in all of music, you know. It's been done time and time again. I mean, you can name 100 songs that are in the key of A that's just like, oh, fuck, you know. Highway to Hell, those first three chords, those are in A. Night Train, Guns N' Roses. Bam, first chord, A, or actually A flat, because they tune down as well. Breaking the Law, back to AC/DC again. Highway to Hell, Hell's Bells. Holy Diver, maybe? No. Anyway, I'm getting lost on this now, but rock and roll all night, party every day.
I like the fill going into the main riff when we all come in and kind of rip through it. I think the midsection in that song is really cool. How like we break it down and it creates this space where we go halftime with the snare.
The bass parts in the pre-chorus, I just wanted to do some fills because the guitar's kind of doing the same thing, and then the bass plays around underneath it. During the verses, the bass is just on A flat, and the guitar is playing riff. So we kind of it was like a bit of a role reversal to kind of keep it interesting with a simple song. The gang vocals. Fight back! I mean, it's like kind of like a battle cry, right? So I wanted gang vocals there over the words that I said, just to kind of be like, to kind of get the point across that, you know, no matter how alone you feel in something, you know, you always have somebody else feels the same way, right? So you gotta band together for that. And that's why those gang vocals are kind of there. It's like the band singing that. And actually on the Run for Your Life version, it's the guys from the band Ex Mortis, and on the album version, Curse of the Damned version, it's the guys from the band Blade Killer. So it's kind of cool that we have like friends in other bands that lend themselves to the gang vocals and the backing vocals on these recordings.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Carlos Gutierrez, vocalist from Blade Killer, heavy metal band from Los Angeles, California. What do you remember about recording backing vocals for the Curse of the Damned album? I probably don't remember much because I was probably fucking high as fuck, but what I do remember was we drove out, he asked me and Rubio to come out and help him out on some backing vocals, so we drove out to Ventura to their studio that they were recording at, and he just showed us around, showed us the studio, and introduced us to their engineer, and which I think from what I remember, we just kind of went in there. He showed us what we were doing, and took us a few tries, couple takes, and but we just kind of went in there, knocked it out really quick, and that was that. And then just kind of chopped it up a little bit, and then we were on our way. But that was cool times, man. Thanks for having us on there, and if anytime.
That was just one of those things. The lyric just called for that. So we did that in the studio in the original recording. And so now I do that live. You know, Dusty used to do that with me. He would have a mic. It's one little thing I miss about his being in the band, besides his great drumming, is having him do those little things. Brian's not really too versed on the backing vocal kind of thing. So I think we kind of lose a little bit of the power with that, unfortunately. But at this point in our career, playing that song, you know, so many people know that part. So I think that live that they would probably sing along with that. So it kind of helps, you know, give back that power. that we might have lost a little bit with not having Dusty sing that with me.
The crowd interaction in this chorus is great when they know the song, right? Sometimes if I feel like we're in a place where the audience, most of the audience doesn't know the song, I say it the first time, and then I let them all say it on the second and third times. One thing that I have noticed is that when we do play it live and the audience does sing that part and I don't, I kind of notice that it works, even if the majority of the audience doesn't know it, because people kind of look around and there's a feeling, you can get a vibe and I've had this vibe at concerts watching bands too. When I don't know a big part like that, and like some people do, I kind of feel like I'm missing out on something and I should know. So I'm paying a lot more attention. And I have noticed that with the audience when we played this song live.
We don't want to play this one so much when the audience doesn't know the band too well. It's really one that you want everyone to sing along with. It's kind of awkward when people don't know and you break in the chorus and you don't hear the audience scream heavy metal heat. So we usually save this one for headliners.
I definitely know that we use it a lot as an encore. If we're doing a headlining show with a longer set, we'll take a break, the whole walk off stage, like after like Darkness Remains or something like that. And we'll fucking come back on stage swinging hard with this song, It's a good way to fucking start it back up, especially after the mood of like Darkness Remains. It brings you so down and like into this other place. And then the next thing you hear is that fucking killer riff right in your face. And it's like, boom, boom, boom.
I walk through the graveyard of my mind, afraid I'm running out of time. Oh, and I was over yesterday, and I knew my life would take heavy metal heat! Monday night, get your tickets to the show. It's been one hell of a week, your minds are overload. Stand tall, suck it up, don't let the man get you down. Fight back, have no fear, you're the toughest one around. When your blood is pumping high, and you're feeling like you're halted overdone. Set the stage and your life begins. Munich, let's go. You can hear the thunder roll. You can feel the metal heat. Grab your shit. Now it's time to hit the road. Another minute here. You're going to explode. Stand tall, suck it up, don't let the man get you down. Fight back, have no fear, you're the toughest one around. When your blood is pumping high, and you're feeling like you're all torn overdone. Set the stage and your life begins. Here we go. You can hear the thunder roll. You can feel the when your blood is pumping high, and you're feeling like you're all torn overdone. Set the stage and your life begins. One more, you can hear the thunder roll. You can feel the Dankeschön.
In the past few years, we've been coming out with this song on the encore, which is awesome. So we would do the whole Outsider album. We'd do a bunch of classics, and we'd end with like maybe Darkness Remains, and then come back out right into Heavy Metal Heat. And it tends to work pretty well. Heavy Metal Heat, Chalice, Night Demon, like a 3-song encore like that. So we just run out and Armand starts the riff, and we just go right into it. It's pretty fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, it's getting harder these days now to pick out a set, especially a set that, you know, needs to be a shorter thing if we're opening 30-minute thing or 40-minute thing. I think if we're doing a 45-minute set, we pretty much always find a spot for this song. Like I said, it has its own thing. It stands alone. There's not really another song like that in the catalog, and we've kind of done that on purpose. You know, we've been conscious of trying not to repeat ourselves or overuse things that we've done in the past. You know, it's getting harder and harder to do, but you know, we try to find our way about that, going about that.
You know, like during Maiden sets where they play Blood Brothers, and then you kind of feel all like, you know, oh, we're all here together and we all love heavy metal. It's that sort of a warm and fuzzy feeling, and it's the same one I think that Heavy Metal Heat does.
I do remember, though, recording the video for this, the music video, in Karlsruhe, Germany. And we did do a fan version that is on the Curse 'Em All DVD in the box set, where we basically had called fans to come to this club. We were gonna do this show at this venue, Alta Hakarai, and it was a sold out show. But we called in fans to come in early in the day if they wanted to be in the video. So we kept doing the song over and over again. And we did a version where we had fans on stage, and it was a tiny club, kind of singing the words with us. And that's on the New Home video, which is really cool. That's something that's never been seen before.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's just a classic Night Demon song. And it's the staple heavy metal song about heavy metal. You know, who doesn't love that? It's got lyrics anyone can relate to, and it's got a nice riff you can headbang to. You know, it's just the quintessential heavy metal song.
Yeah, the song structure is pretty cut and dry. You know, you got your verse, chorus, breakdown, chorus, out, you know. All the elements are there that you need for a good, quick song. That's the thing I always liked about the band, was that we just got in there, got to the point, and finished the song and got out.
But all in all, look, Heavy Metal Heat, again, it is one of our anthems. It's one of our most popular anthems. It's definitely in the top 3 of what you would consider an anthem in the Night Demon catalog. But again, I just want to get the point across. It's like everybody has this feeling in life, right? Everybody has, and if you don't have something like this, if you don't have an outlet like this in life, we're all searching for it, right? And we've all been in situations where we feel less than free. And it's a cry out for that freedom, whether that's, you know, getting on a motorcycle and just driving out of town. I don't know. But for us, it's heavy metal, and that's what this represents.
If there were ever to be a Night Demon kind of Judas Priest song, I think this would be the one, you know? It's just got a great riff. The lyrics are just about heavy metal and going out and having a good time and going to a show, and that, you know, this is metal is life, and all those kind of good things, that those, you know, feel good kind of topics that, you know, people don't always want to fucking get serious with lyrics or hear about death and destruction and doom and gloom all the time. You know, sometimes you just want to fucking strap on your leather jacket, put on the cuffs, and party, man. So this is kind of one of those songs. This is one of those songs for those people, you know. Try to have something for everybody. And so this is for you party bros out there and you party chicks. So I don't see this one ever leaving the set. You know, it's going to be around. You know, it's just, you can't deny it. It'll be around for a long time to come.
So that's it for this week in Heavy Metal Heat, a true Night Demon classic. I think for me, kind of overlooked. It was one of my very favorite songs by Night Demon when I was early in the band, and I think I've been realizing I've been kind of neglecting this song. I guess I kind of got preoccupied with the new stuff, and this one kind of fell through the cracks a bit, but putting this episode together, I think I sort of fell in love with this track all over again. Saw them play this live recently too, kind of blew me away. A real crowd pleaser, this one is. For bonus content this week, in the subscribers section on nightdemon.net, you have the video for this song, plus the unreleased fan video that Jarvis mentioned. We have the original track, the remix 2025 version, full demos of the song. We have the Live Darkness version, a bunch of live versions I handpicked from the live archive. There's one version from Hell's Heroes. It's Outsider, Into Heavy Metal Heat, into Dawn Rider. It's a great 3-song chunk from a really great show. It flows together great, and I put that up there too. Nightdemon.net on more info on how you can become a subscriber and get access to all this bonus content, and cursedam.com for all things Curse at 10, the 10th anniversary of the first Night Demon album. Until next week, this is Nesbitt signing off.
Thanks for listening to the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast. Head over to nightdemon.net, click on the subscriber tab, and sign up to access exclusive weekly bonus content. If you would like to donate to support the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast, you can do so through PayPal at paypal.me/nightdemonmetal. Additionally, if you have not already done so, please subscribe, like, rate, and review the show on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Metal Heat!
All hail, Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast listeners. This is Dusty Squires chiming in to tell you about my brand new signature sticks from the London Drumstick Company. I've dreamt of having my very own drumsticks ever since I was a wee lad, and LDC made that a possibility for me. Founded in 2016 in London, England, the birthplace of heavy metal, the London Drumstick Company has trailblazed a path through the music industry and taken the drummer world by storm. When I met them for the first time, they knew their product was going to withstand the beatings of a Night Demon show. They took the time to work with me on getting everything just right. The balance and weight of my sticks are the same no matter what, and the durability is bar none the best I've ever had. I know my sticks will last through the set night after night. I'm truly honored to work with a company that caters to their players the way LDC does. Their innovation and attention to detail is what separates them from the rest of the stick makers out there. Their custom stick sleeves are unbelievable and really make the entire presentation complete. Wait until you see the design they came up with for me. It blew my mind and was a surprise to say the least. They have all kinds of amazing swag, including hoodies, t-shirts, drummer shorts, drum keys, stick bags, towels, face masks, practice pads, and much, much more. Even if you're not a drummer, you can be a part of Demon history and order my brand new signature sticks direct from their website. How cool is that? And to top it off, the London Drumstick Company are giving an exclusive offer to the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast listeners. Go to londondrumsticks.co.uk and receive a 15% store-wide discount using promo code DEMONSTICKS. All capital letters, no spaces, Demon Sticks. DEMONSTICKS. I can't thank everyone there enough for the opportunity to be a part of their family and for them trusting me with their amazing products. See you metal maniacs on the road very soon. And yes, the wood chips will be flying.
Greetings, boils and ghouls. This is your comrade, the Crypt Keeper here, reporting dead from the sanctuary of the strange. Tonight's macabre myth is a fright-filled feature, one overflowing with monsters, madness, and magic.
Visit our website at monstersmadnessandmagic.com to stay up to date on all the dark dealings within the sanctuary of the strange. Enjoy the show.
Hey Metalheads, I'm Mark and I host the Metal Forge. Let me tell you about the show. The Metal Forge features the best underground metal from all over the world. We spend every week with a different artist with interviews, in-depth conversations, and most of all, the music. We also feature audience interactivity where you can submit your questions to the upcoming guests. New episodes are out every Friday at noon Eastern Time at metalforgeradio.com or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Want to know what's going on in the world of music? Then tune in to the Nothing Shocking Podcast, a non-genre based, all-ages friendly rock and roll program. Join us weekly for interviews with all your favorite rock stars from the mainstream to the underground. You can find us at nothingshocking.libsyn.com or anywhere you download podcasts.
Okay, metalheads, you've been complaining that there has not been a channel that plays all of the heavy metal videos from past, present, and future for years and years at this point. Well, that time is over. Heavy Metal Television is back. HeavyMetalTelevision.net is the website. Go there. You can see videos playing 24/7, 365, all the time. All the best from the old school, the new school, and everything in between. Check it out, HeavyMetalTelevision.net. It is where the metal is.